By every law of physics we know, you should not exist. Not you specifically, nothing. No stars, no planets, no light to read these words by. Here's why. When the universe began, it didn't just make matter, it made matter, and its exact opposite. A mirror twin for every particle built for a single purpose, to find its partner, touch it once, and vanish in a flash of pure light. And it made them in perfect pairs, equal amounts, a perfectly balanced ledger. If those books had stayed balanced, every particle would have met its twin, everything would have annihilated into radiation. The universe would be nothing but a faint, cold glow, empty, silent, adding up to exactly zero. Instead, you're here. The stars are here, the whole cosmos is here. Somewhere in the first fraction of a second, the ledger didn't balance. Someone cooked the books. The question is, who and by how much? So what is this mirror twin? We call it antimatter. And the strange part is we didn't find it by looking through a telescope. We found it hiding inside an equation. In 1928, a young British physicist named Paul Dirac was trying to write a single equation for the electron, one that obeyed both quantum mechanics and Einstein's relativity. He succeeded. But his equation had a twist. It gave two answers. Think of asking, what number times itself equals 4? The obvious answer is 2. But minus 2 works just as well, because a negative times a negative is positive. Two answers, one positive, one negative. Dirac's equation did the same thing. It described the ordinary electron and a second particle identical in mass but with the opposite charge. Most people would have ignored that second answer. Dirac believed it. He was right. In 1932, Carl Anderson was photographing cosmic rays streaking through a detector, and he saw a track that curved the wrong way. A particle exactly as heavy as an electron, but positively charged. The anti-electron, the positron, predicted by a minus sign 4 years before anyone saw it. And here is what antimatter is not. It is not anti-gravity. It is not dark matter. It is not science fiction. It is simply matter flipped. But bring the twin and the original together, and you get the most violent reaction nature knows. When matter meets antimatter, they don't crash. They cancel. Picture your bank account. You have $1. Somewhere out there is a matching debt. Minus $1. Bring them together, and they wipe each other out. Your balance drops to 0. That's annihilation. An electron meets a positron, and both simply cease to be. But the money doesn't vanish quietly. Their entire mass turns into energy, pure light, in the form of gamma rays. This is where Einstein's most famous equation earns its reputation. E equals mc squared. And every other way we know of releasing energy is pathetically weak by comparison. Burning gasoline converts a rounding error of the mass. Nuclear fission, the atom bomb, converts less than 1/10%. Even fusion, the fire inside the sun, converts under 1%. Annihilation converts 100%. All of it. Mass in, energy out, nothing left over. It is, as far as we know, the most efficient release of energy in the universe, which sounds like a doomsday weapon. And yet this exact process is running quietly inside a hospital near you, because here is the thing nobody tells you. Antimatter is not exotic, it is not locked away in a secret lab, it is ordinary. Start with the fruit bowl. A banana is slightly radioactive. It contains potassium-40, a naturally unstable atom. And every so often, roughly once every 75 minutes, one of those atoms spits out a positron, a speck of antimatter born on your kitchen counter that instantly annihilates against a nearby electron and disappears in a tiny flash of light. Your banana is a miniature antimatter factory, and so are you. Your own body does the very same thing. Now walk into a hospital. A PET scan works on exactly this principle. The letters stand for positron emission tomography. Doctors give you a sugar tagged with a special atom. That atom emits positrons. Each positron finds an electron in your tissue, annihilates, and fires off 2 gamma rays in opposite directions. A ring of detectors catches them and builds a 3-dimensional map of the inside of your body. That P stands for positron, antimatter. We use it every single day to find tumors and save lives. So, if antimatter is this ordinary, why is the universe almost completely without it? This is the real mystery, and to feel it, you have to go back to the beginning. In the first moments after the Big Bang, the universe was a furnace of pure energy, hot enough to constantly turn energy into matter and antimatter, always in pairs, one particle, one antiparticle, over and over and over, which means the early universe should have been a perfect 50-50 split, equal matter, equal antimatter, and we already know what that leads to. Every particle finds its twin, everything annihilates, the cosmos becomes a bath of light and nothing else. But that is not what happened. For reasons we still do not fully understand, the split was not exactly even. For roughly every 1 billion particles of antimatter, there were about 1 billion and 1 particles of matter, 1 extra per billion. Picture 2 vast armies, 1 billion soldiers on each side, meeting on a battlefield. Every soldier finds his enemy. They destroy each other, pair by pair, until the field falls silent. And when the smoke clears, 1 single soldier is left standing, because his side started with 1 more. That lone survivor is everything, every star, every planet, every atom in your body. You are what was left over after the great annihilation, which raises the deepest question of all. Why was there 1 extra? For the universe to end up lopsided, matter and antimatter cannot be perfect mirror images. The mirror has to be slightly cracked. And in 1964, 2 physicists, James Cronin and Val Fitch, found the crack. Studying strange particles called kaons, they discovered that matter and antimatter do not always behave as exact opposites. Once in a while, the mirror lies. Physicists call this CP violation, a tiny built-in flaw in the laws of nature themselves. A few years later, in 1967, the Soviet physicist Andrei Sakharov worked out what it would take to tip the early universe toward matter. A crack in the mirror was one of his essential ingredients. So, mystery solved? Not quite. And this is where we have to be honest. The crack we have measured is real, but it is far too small. The amount of CP violation we can actually observe falls short by an enormous margin of explaining the survivor that built our universe. Something is still missing. A deeper crack we haven't found. A particle we haven't discovered. A piece of physics that isn't in our textbooks yet. The case is still open. While the theorists argue, the experimentalists have been doing something that sounds impossible. Making antimatter and holding on to it. At CERN, the Alpha experiment builds atoms of antihydrogen, an antiproton, with a positron orbiting it, the mirror image of the simplest atom that exists. The problem is obvious. The instant antimatter touches the wall of any container, it annihilates. So the container is not allowed to touch it. Alpha suspends the antiatoms inside a magnetic trap, holding them in empty space like a drop of water frozen in mid-air, never permitted to reach the sides. In 2010, They did it for the first time. 38 atoms of antihydrogen, each held for a fraction of a second. Then, in 2023, they answered a question we could only guess at before. Drop antimatter. Does it fall up or down? Some had hoped for anti-gravity. A twin that falls the other way, it falls down. Exactly like everything else. So the mystery is not gravity. Antimatter obeys the same rules we do, which makes its disappearance even stranger, because it really is gone. Maybe, you might think, the antimatter was never destroyed. Maybe it is just somewhere else. Whole galaxies of antimatter drifting in some distant corner of the cosmos. It's a beautiful idea. But if it were true, we would see the evidence. Anywhere a region of matter met a region of antimatter, the border between them would blaze. A frontier lit up by the constant gamma-ray glow of annihilation. Whole seams of the sky would be on fire with a very specific signature of light. We have looked. The sky is silent. No glowing borders, no antimatter galaxies, no hidden stash. The antimatter is not hiding. It is not waiting somewhere out past the edge of our telescopes. It is simply gone. Annihilated in the first instant, along with almost all of the matter that was its partner, almost all, and that one word, almost, is the reason there is anything here at all. So let's go back to where we started. The universe was supposed to add up to zero, matter and antimatter, born in perfect pairs, destined to erase each other completely and leave behind nothing but cold light. It very nearly did. The Great Annihilation wiped out 1 billion pairs for every single survivor. Your entire reality, the stars overhead, the ground beneath your feet, the atoms in your hands, is built from the tiny fraction that escaped. You are not the main event. You are the leftover, the rounding error. The one part in 1 billion the universe failed to cancel, and we still do not fully know why that error exists. The exact reason the ledger didn't balance is one of the great unsolved questions in all of physics. But you don't need the answer to feel the weight of it. You exist because at the very beginning of everything, the universe made a mistake and forgot to erase you.